when nighttime bathroom trips become a silent warning. Imagine lying in bed at night. The room is quiet, but suddenly, there it is again. The urge to get up and use the bathroom. Once, twice, maybe even 3 times before the sun rises. At first it feels like just another part of getting older. But what if this constant waking is more than just a small annoyance? What if it is a sign your body is trying to tell you something important? Many people over 60 think it is normal to wake up often at night to urinate. Yes, it can happen as we age, but according to research, frequent nighttime trips, more than twice each night, can be linked to deeper health issues. It may signal changes in the bladder, the prostate, the kidneys, or even heart health. And over time, it can steal away restful sleep, lower energy, and quietly affect the mood and memory. Tonight, we will talk about why this happens, how it can impact health, and gentle, practical steps to make nights more peaceful again. You will also hear a real-life story of someone who thought these nightly awakenings were just part of aging, until a few small changes transformed their nights. So, as we begin, ask yourself, how many times did you get up last night? Did you fall back asleep easily, or were you left staring at the ceiling, waiting for sleep to return? Hold that thought, because by the end of this conversation, there will be clear answers and real hope for more restful nights. Nighttime urination, also called nocturia, is more than just a minor inconvenience. According to scientific studies, it can be caused by several different factors, some simple, some more serious. Understanding these reasons is the first step toward improving the night's rest. One common cause is the natural change in bladder capacity with age. As the years pass, the bladder may hold less fluid, and the muscles that control urination may become weaker. This means the urge to go comes more quickly. For men, an enlarged prostate can press on the urethra, making it harder to empty the bladder completely. For women, changes after menopause can also affect bladder function. Another hidden cause is the way the body processes fluids. Certain conditions, like heart problems or kidney disease, can cause fluid to build up in the legs during the day. When lying down at night, that fluid returns to the bloodstream and the kidneys, increasing urine production. Even some medications, such as diuretics for blood pressure, can contribute if taken too late in the day. There are also lifestyle triggers. Drinking large amounts of water, tea, or coffee in the evening, especially drinks containing caffeine or alcohol, can lead to extra bathroom visits. Picture this. Mr. Harris, 72, enjoyed a cup of tea every evening while watching television. Over time, he noticed getting up 3 or 4 times a night. When he shifted his tea to earlier in the afternoon, the difference was remarkable. Fewer trips and longer stretches of uninterrupted sleep. Think about your own habits. Is there something in your evening routine that might be quietly adding to those nighttime awakenings? Sometimes, small adjustments can open the door to big improvements. Waking up once in a while at night might not seem harmful, but when it happens more than twice, night after night, the effects can slowly build and they often go unnoticed until they start to affect daily life. According to health research, frequent nighttime urination can reduce the amount of deep, restorative sleep the body needs. Without this deep sleep, the mind feels foggy, energy levels drop, and moods become less stable. Over time, poor sleep has been linked to memory problems and even a higher risk of falls in older adults. Imagine walking to the bathroom in the dark. Half awake, a single misstep could lead to a serious injury. There is also the effect on the heart and blood pressure. Studies have found that disrupted sleep may worsen high blood pressure and strain the cardiovascular system. For those with conditions like diabetes, missing out on deep sleep can make blood sugar harder to control. Social and emotional health can be affected too. Constant tiredness can lead to canceling social plans, avoiding hobbies, or losing interest in activities once enjoyed. This can create feelings of isolation or sadness, emotions that may not be openly spoken about but can be deeply felt. Consider Mrs. Parker, 75, who loved attending her weekly art group. Over time, she began skipping classes, saying she just didn't have the energy. It was only after her doctor addressed her frequent nighttime bathroom trips that her energy returned, and she joyfully rejoined her friends. So ask yourself, how many opportunities for joy and connection are quietly being lost to broken sleep? Recognizing the risks is the first step toward taking them back. Many people do not realize that simple choices in the evening can set the stage for restless nights. These habits often seem harmless, yet they can quietly increase the number of times the body wakes to use the bathroom. One of the most common mistakes is drinking large amounts of fluid right before bed. A warm drink can feel comforting, but the body will process that liquid while sleeping, creating the urge to go. Caffeinated drinks like tea, coffee, or cola add another challenge. Caffeine is a natural diuretic and can stimulate the bladder. Alcohol can do the same, while also disturbing the natural rhythm of sleep. Taking certain medications too late is another issue. Diuretics, often used for high blood pressure or heart conditions, are designed to remove excess fluid from the body. If taken in the evening, they can guarantee multiple nighttime trips. Another overlooked habit is lying down too soon after dinner. If the legs have been holding extra fluid during the day, lying flat allows that fluid to return to the bloodstream and pass through the kidneys. This is why elevating the legs earlier in the evening can help reduce nighttime urination. Let's remember Mr. Lee 70, who enjoyed late-night news with a mug of herbal tea. His doctor suggested moving the tea time to mid-afternoon and taking a short leg-elevating rest before dinner. Within 2 weeks, he noticed fewer bathroom trips and longer, more refreshing sleep. Think about your own evenings. Is there a drink, a pill, or a habit that could be quietly working against your rest? Changing just one of these small details can sometimes lead to surprisingly peaceful nights. Getting up once or twice a night can be common with age, but certain signs should never be ignored. According to medical research, these signs may point to more serious conditions that need attention. One red flag is a sudden increase in nighttime trips over a short period. If the body was used to 1 or 2 visits, and suddenly it becomes 4 or more, it may signal a new health problem, such as an infection, uncontrolled diabetes, or changes in heart or kidney function. Another warning is pain, burning, or discomfort when urinating. These symptoms could suggest a urinary tract infection or other bladder issues. Waking up with shortness of breath or swelling in the feet and ankles can also be connected to heart problems that cause fluid buildup. For men, difficulty starting the urine stream or a weak flow could indicate an enlarged prostate. For women, leakage or urgency that is hard to control may signal changes in the pelvic floor muscles. Take the example of Mrs. Anderson, 74. She thought her frequent trips were simply part of aging, but when she began feeling unusually thirsty and noticed blurry vision, her doctor discovered her blood sugar levels were dangerously high. With proper treatment, her nighttime awakenings improved, and her overall health became more stable. The key is to listen to the body's signals. If the pattern changes, or if there are other symptoms like discomfort, swelling, or sudden fatigue, it is important to have it checked. Early attention not only protects sleep, but also prevents more serious health problems from taking hold. While some causes of nighttime urination require medical care, many small changes at home can make a big difference. These adjustments are simple, gentle, and based on what research has shown to help older adults enjoy longer stretches of uninterrupted sleep. First, be mindful of evening fluids. Try to have most drinks earlier in the day, and reduce how much is consumed in the last 2 to 3 hours before bed. If there is a need for a warm drink at night, choose a small cup of non-caffeinated herbal tea and enjoy it slowly. Second, adjust the timing of certain medications. For those taking diuretics, speak with a healthcare provider about moving them to the morning or early afternoon. This allows the body to process extra fluid before bedtime. Third, support the legs before sleep. Elevating the feet for 20 to 30 minutes in the early evening can help drain fluid buildup from the day. Light activity during the day, like walking, can also improve circulation and reduce swelling. Fourth, create a safe nighttime environment. Install a soft nightlight between the bed and bathroom, remove loose rugs or clutter, and keep a stable chair or handrail nearby if balance is uncertain. This not only makes bathroom trips safer, but also helps reduce anxiety about moving around at night. Mr. Collins, 76, began practicing these habits after years of restless nights. He kept his evening tea for the afternoon, raised his legs while reading, and made sure his hallway was softly lit. Within weeks, he noticed he woke up less often, and when he did, returning to sleep was much easier. Small, steady changes can open the door to nights that feel calmer, longer, and more restorative, making mornings brighter and more energetic. Sometimes the most powerful lessons come from real experiences. This is the story of Mr. Thompson, a 73-year-old retired teacher who loved reading late into the night. For years he believed waking up 3 or 4 times to use the bathroom was simply part of growing older. He accepted it, even though it left him feeling tired, irritable, and unfocused during the day. One winter, Mr. Thompson began feeling unusually dizzy in the mornings. His daughter, concerned, encouraged him to talk to his doctor. After a thorough check, it turned out that a combination of late evening tea, an evening dose of his water pill, and swelling in his legs from sitting too long were quietly contributing to his nightly awakenings. The changes recommended were simple: move his diuretic pill to the morning, limit fluids after dinner, and elevate his legs for 30 minutes before bed. The doctor also suggested a short evening walk to help circulation. The first week, Mr. Thompson still woke up twice a night, but by the second week, it was only once. By the end of the month, there were many nights when he slept through until morning. His energy returned, his concentration improved, and he even started a small community book club again. When asked what made the biggest difference, he smiled and said, "I stopped thinking my nights had to get worse with age. I realized they could get better." Stories like his remind us that it is never too late to reclaim restful sleep. With small, consistent steps, the night can once again be a place of peace, not frustration. Each person's night tells a story. Sometimes the body whispers its needs in small ways: a little thirst, a bit of restlessness, or the urge to get up. Other times, it repeats the message over and over until it can no longer be ignored. Frequent nighttime trips are one of those messages. It is easy to think, this is just age, and carry on. But according to health studies, the body often gives these signals long before bigger problems appear. By paying attention now, it is possible to prevent discomfort later. Think about the last week. How many nights were truly restful? How many mornings felt bright and full of energy? If the answer is not many, then perhaps this is the moment to make a change. Not all at once, but gently, step by step. It can help to see the body like a well-tended garden. With enough care, the right timing, the right balance of water and rest, it grows strong, even through the seasons. But if the garden is overwatered at the wrong time, the roots can weaken. Our nights are much the same. Imagine the peace of lying down, knowing the night will pass in long, uninterrupted stretches. Picture waking up with the warmth of sunlight, not the cool shadow of a 3 a.m. trip to the bathroom. This is not only about sleep. It is about giving the body what it needs to thrive, and giving the mind the calm it deserves. Tonight could be the first step toward that change. The choice is in each pair of hands, listening now. Nighttime should be a place of rest, recovery, and quiet peace. When it is interrupted again and again, the body and mind cannot fully recharge. But the good news is this: in many cases, change is possible, and it begins with small, mindful steps taken each day. Throughout this conversation, there has been a look at why frequent nighttime urination happens, the risks it carries, and the habits that can make it worse. There have also been gentle, practical tips from adjusting fluid intake to creating a safer night path, and from elevating the legs to rethinking evening routines. Each of these changes may seem small, but together, they can protect the night and improve overall health. Let the lesson from Mr. Thompson's story stay close. It is never too late to make nights better. Age does not mean surrendering to poor sleep. With attention, care, and patience, restful nights can return, bringing with them brighter mornings, clearer minds, and more joyful days. So tonight, consider one change to begin with. Perhaps moving a drink earlier, or clearing the hallway of obstacles. Notice how the body responds over time. These small victories will add up, turning restless nights into peaceful rest. Until then, remember, the night is a gift. Protect it, and it will protect you in return. See you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay spirited. Warm regards from me. For a happier, more meaningful life in the golden years.